So one of the first things you should be doing once you're in a document is navigating around. You're going to need to find your way around a document. So that would include zooming in, zooming out, moving around your document, and basically finding stuff. The document is called Illustrator Sample, and you'll find it in the link provided in the description below this video. So to zoom into a document, if you're on a laptop, you can obviously pinch on your trackpad to zoom in and out. I do not like that method. I find it completely inaccurate. So I would like to use something more accurate. So the way that I recommend you do it is using the shortcuts Control or Command plus to zoom in, Control or Command minus to zoom out, Control or Command 0 to fit your document into the available space, Control or Command 1 to view your document at its actual size. In other words, 1 pixel in your document matches 1 pixel on your screen. So that gives you a very rough indication of the size of that document in the real world, but very rough. If you want to scroll around in large increments, you can always use these scroll bars at the bottom. However, they are very inaccurate because they are relative to the entire design area of a document, which is huge, instead of a specific artboard. So I generally don't use the scroll bars. Of course, you do have a zoom tool. So if you don't remember shortcuts or you don't want to remember shortcuts, you have a zoom tool. It's here, and the shortcut for that is Z. And then you can drag back and forth to zoom in and out. To pan around a document, if you want to find stuff, there is a hand tool which you can use. The shortcut is spacebar, and then that gives you temporary access to the hand tool so that you can pan around. It's better to use the shortcuts because you stay on a tool that you're working with. So if I'm using the selection tool and I press the space bar, it gives me temporary access to the hand tool. Whereas if I go to the hand tool and then back to my selection tool, it's an extra step. It just slows me down a little bit. And then finally, there is something called the navigator. So I'm going to go Window and Navigator. Okay, this is what it looks like. I'll make it a bit bigger here. And what this provides you with is a way of zooming in and out from this, let me just make it taller here, from this little widget in the bottom here, and also to grab this red box and to pan around. I can't say that I use this too often, but I have seen quite a few designers who are maybe on a dual screen system, having their artwork on one screen and their user interface on the other, and their navigator so that they can move around when they're doing detailed work. So the navigator is a more visual way of navigating a document.